Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode. Our third episode of Melodies Macchiatos.
Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm, baby. My name's Ethan.
And I'm Drew.
And
welcome.
We are so excited this week.
Ooh.
I'm excited because I've been listening to him for the past 2 weeks. Drew is excited about this artist because he's, like, in love with the man.
Yeah, maybe.
We are talking about Charlie Puth today.
Ooh.
Drew, once again, hit me with your thoughts. Initial thoughts about Charlie Puth.
Well, hey, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about a pretty solid artist in the pop scene right now who is, at the same time, simultaneously pleasing everybody and also drawing everyone in to do his own artistic works. We're talking about Charlie Puth. And the theme, his big idea for Charlie Puth this week is hooks, how to write them, and how it gets stuck in your head. So, we're going to have a question of the week this week, and if you're watching this on YouTube, put it down in the comments below. This question for the week is going to be what artist gets stuck in your head the most, and why do you think that is? Let us know who constantly is an earworm for you, what songs you constantly find yourself listening to over and over again.
The songs that you constantly find yourself humming to. Music that you are just sitting there, just in class, listening to your professor talk, and all of a sudden you're like, and like you just start humming it because it's your favorite artist. It's the artist that always comes to mind. So we're really excited this week because we're talking once again about Charlie Puth.
Oh yeah,
legend in my book. Honestly, he's. Oh, I've been listening to him for the past 3 weeks now. Oh man, is he good? I just want to jump right into this, honestly.
Please.
So, first thoughts for me on Charlie Puth. A lot of vocals that are similar to a lot of already popular artists, which I think is helping him. I think first I would say Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of vibes from that side of music industry.
Well, and especially because he does a lot of his own background vocals. And
exactly.
Like that layering.
He loves to layer. I think we actually were talking about it earlier, and Charlie Puth, we kind of described him as the master of the layers. He's a brilliant person who can just continuously layer music and layer the songs that he has for his audience.
Yeah. What's cool is he's doing it himself. He's, self-produced and.
Let's say he's all in house. Everything's in house, literally.
Pretty impressive. And with the song that you want to do, even there's a commentary where Selena Gomez talks about recording a tune with Charlie Puth, and they had to do vocals, and they needed somewhere quiet, so they just kind of went into a closet and pulled the mic up and had a quiet space.
I'm about to say, that's a closet's a good place for a quiet space, But before we get into that song, and before we jump right into that, I just want to talk a little bit about his sound as an artist, and talk about the fact that you just mentioned where he's catering to people and to his audience, yet he's drawing them in to where he wants to go. And I just want your thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, and you can check out his Charlie Puth's interview with Genius when he talks about one of his songs. He goes over the lyrics, but he talks about how his first album, 9-Track Mind, was kind of his foray into the pop scene, where he had a lot of really strong melodies and fun features like with Selena Gomez and plenty of others, but that was kind of what he called getting some pop tunes out there so that people would have some of him in their mind.
Would have Charlie Puth on the brain. They would think of pop culture and immediately associate him and his name.
Right. And so he put out that full album, and then Puth put out another album with what he called songs that he really did want to express and feel, and songs that he thought meant a lot to him. And that's kind of what's been winning him a lot more awards and recognition, is his album Voice Notes, that most recent thing. And that's kind of what the strategy is.
So many good songs from Voice Notes.
And a lot of good features, too, including, James Taylor and Boyz II Men. Plenty of...
What? No, man. That blows my mind that he has not only James Taylor, but he has Boyz II Men. And then he also has collaborations with Wiz Khalifa, who, like, Wiz Khalifa. But, like, then also Selena Gomez. He's got all these big name collaborations that he's done, and yet, again, he's still all in-house. He does everything himself.
And not only are they big names, but they're also from a very diverse music background.
Right. No, he has not, as a producer, left himself contained by one genre of music and only allowing himself to work with one type of artist. I almost said actor. One type of artist. I think that's really similar to you and I both love Tom Misch. Mm-hmm. We discussed this a little while earlier where Tom Misch and Charlie Puth both, as producers, have taken the knowledge that they've learned and gained from multiple avenues and multiple artists in different genres,
right,
and taken that and used that to make arguably some of the best music out there right now. Mm-hmm. Tom Misch does so well with his jazz and hip-hop influenced vibes.
Yeah.
And Charlie Puth does the exact same, but with the pop sensibility that he loves.
Right. So in a music culture where you can very easily fall into categories because everyone wants to categorize you, not being pigeonholed is probably the best way to actually make a name for yourself and stand out as something, because people are constantly looking and wondering what you're doing next. And and Puth does that same exact thing. Like he goes from some really synth and electronic drum heavy stuff in 9-Track Mind, and then Voice Notes shifts over to really, really fun disco instrumentation and a lot of fun ways that he layers his vocals and puts a lot of different sounds together that kind of feel much more retro and groove-based, and he's got more pockets. There's a lot of John Bellion-esque electronic drums.
Yeah, no, for sure. We talk about you mentioned the 70s disco drum vibe that you get from especially Voice Notes. Mm-hmm. That whole album, and that is just coursing with that 70s disco vibe of electronic drums. And
bass lines.
And the bass lines. You know the way to my heart. You just add the bass line and you've got it. But his music is just so almost carefree, almost nonchalant in how well it throws back and calls back to that disco vibe and that disco era. And yet, so, again, carefree and nonchalant about the pop side of it.
Sure.
And I don't know, I think that's really cool to listen to and to witness and to just see him develop.
Yeah. So what song you got?
So, let's go ahead and get into that. I really love this song, actually. We talked about Selena Gomez a lot. If you have followed Charlie Puth, don't know your favorite artists, you guys, but if you followed along with Charlie Puth, you know that from 9-Track Mind is going to be We Don't Talk Anymore by Charlie Puth featuring Selena Gomez. Honestly, I'll give you my thoughts on it afterwards because this is just a great song.
Sure.
So
let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Ooh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do. I just heard you found the one you've been looking for. I wish I would have known that wasn't me. 'Cause even after all this time I still wonder why I can't move on just the way you did so easily. Don't wanna know the kind of dress you're wearing tonight, if he's holding on to you so tight the way I did before. I overdosed, should've known your love was a game. Now I can't get you out of my brain. Oh, it's such a shame that we don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Ooh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do.
I just hope you're lying next to somebody who knows how to love you like me. There must be a good reason that you're gone. Every now and then I think you might want me to come show up at your door. my brain. Oh, it's such a shame
that we don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Oh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do. Like we used to do. Don't wanna know kind of dress you're wearing tonight. If he's giving it to you just right, the way I did before.
I overdosed. Should've known your love was a game. Now I can't get you out of my brain.
Oh, it's such a shame that we don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Oh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't talk anymore.
The way I did before.
We don't talk anymore. Can't get you out of my brain.
Oh, it's such a shame.
We don't talk anymore.
Dude, we don't talk anymore.
That is a great pick,
Oh
actually.
my gosh.
Seriously.
Seriously though, that song gets me so hype. I think I talked about it earlier with you. What I love about that song is, again, that disco vibe that you get
Yeah.
from it, and that, like, this could be playing in a club and I would be dancing to it, but also that, like, let me go put my windows down and drive around blaring this in the middle of summer and I will be fine. Charlie Puth has a way with his music and a way that he layers and harmonizes with himself that just brings those usually warring worlds together. And, you know, I don't know why. I think that's why I love it. I think that's why it's such a great.
I think that's why so many people love it.
I was about to say, one of the reasons why 9-Track Minds did so well, and 9-Track Mind, I mean, but did so well and brought him into popularity is because of that reason right there. He brought one side and another and together.
Love that. And now we're going to kind of move into where he wants to take that. Where he wants to
for
take
sure.
the audience's ear now that he's got it.
Right.
But first, we're going to dive into Barista's pick.
Yeah, so we have our Barista's pick, ladies and gentlemen.
This week, we're going to be giving you a tune to listen to.
As always, we have to. We've got to give you another tune.
And with it, a beverage from your local Starbucks.
Good old Bucks.
From the Bucks, the one and only. So, this week I'll be picking your tune, and Ethan will be giving me a drink to go along with it.
Oh, you know I'm going to give that drink.
And from his most recent album, Voice Notes, I'm picking the song Boy. That's going to be a capital B, capital O, capital Y, Boy.
One word.
One word, one word, Boy.
Wait.
Ethan, what drink do you have to go with this tune?
Oh, man. So.
And why?
And why? Very good.
And how?
And where? At Starbucks.
Okay.
How? You're going to ask your local barista for this drink.
Strong.
And then why? It's coming in a second. But what? What? That's
There
the
you
key
go.
question.
There you go.
Classic Melodies Macchiatos fashion. We are not picking coffee. We have still said
We
no.
have failed to put coffee beans.
No beans for us. It's a no dice situation. Here we go. Though. It's going to be something a little fruity. Something a little summery. Spring is in the air. It's coming.
It's hot.
It's hot.
I'm wearing
shorts.
shorts.
I'm wearing pants, but it's hot.
I'm
Regardless.
not wearing a shirt. What?
What? Anyway. It's going to be a mango dragon fruit refresher with lemonade.
With lemonade?
Yes.
Why?
Not the most popular drink. I love it. I prefer all the refreshers with lemonade. But the mango dragon fruit part of it. I'm going to dive into that real quick. It's a sweet flavor. It's a sweet, unique flavor.
Truly?
Which I think is very appropriate
Sure.
for Charlie Puth's voice.
Yeah.
I think that's a great descriptor of both.
Yeah.
They're both unique and both appropriate for each other.
Well, in his vocals, he always does them so close up, and the way that he EQs himself, it's this throaty whisper tone. So it's a really intimate feeling the way that he sings, and that is the same thing we talked about with Ed Sheeran. That's why we had to go with that Frappuccino, because it's so sweet and it's just pleasant to the ear. Yeah.
Yes, I completely agree with that. One of the main reasons that I picked the Mango Dragon Fruit Refresher with lemonade is because of how sweet his voice is. But the next thing about it, the lemonade, the important part there is that that's a tart flavor. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it, but it's tart. And the way that Charlie Puth throws that little tartness into his songs is with those bass lines, with those beats.
Yeah.
He really just throws you off. You're expecting one thing and you get completely different. And so a Mango Dragon Fruit Refresher with lemonade is the choice for Boy.
I love it. And I hope you really enjoyed that key solo, because I know I did. It's pretty awesome. It's what I think of when I drink the lemonade. But
Drew, now let's talk about some more about Charlie Puth. I'm gonna hear your thoughts and your technical thoughts on him.
Sure. Well, you'll hear it more whenever I tell you the song that I picked for Puth this week. But really, what I'm loving about Charlie Puth is we talked about what you had picked with 9-Track Mind and how he had been so hook based, because the whole feel of the tune is kind of designed to get stuck in your head. And and a lot of times you can find Charlie Puth's tunes to do that. You can find that he's not only a good songwriter, but he's a good engineer in terms of engineering a tune to really be sweet and to stick around in your head. So, what do you do with that? And we talked about how artists with a large influence have a responsibility, I guess you could say.
We discussed this a lot, actually.
What they want to say whenever they acquire the platform that they have. So 9-Track Mind was his acquisition of that platform. And now you say, what does he do with it? And Voice Notes is kind of his example. And so he brings it back to a similar vibe in Voice Notes with Attention. So that kind of feels a lot more like 9-Track Mind as well, in terms of the way that he puts hooks in there and he does his instrumentation. It feels a lot like that. But then there's a lot of tunes that he really puts his own flavor in when he does the soul funk grooves, like in I don't know, there's plenty of, like, How Long, The Way I Am, LA Girls, Boy, even all of it has really, really tight drums and bass lines that fit right into the pocket of those drums. And then
that pocket space that he provides every single time.
Huge. And it's huge to where he goes with his keys and how his vocals fit into everything.
That's what blows my mind, and I talked about this earlier before we started recording. The way he harmonizes with his own instrumentation is ridiculous. A lot of artists would just use the instrumentation as a complement to their voice, or their voice to complement the instrumentation.
Right.
He brings everything together and is like,
okay,
here's all this. I'm gonna pick the keys so they harmonize with my voice, but those drums are gonna help complement the keys and the voice together.
Okay, so it's much more holistic.
Yes.
Okay, I like that.
It's just, I love that about him.
Couldn't agree more. And that all kind of, that feeds into why, the hooks in his tunes and his choruses work so well. I think the key to the hook is a holistic sound. Everything trying to work together so that you just have this one message. So Attention is great because you don't remember how something sounded disjointed, or how you kind of wanted a chorus to go one way or a verse to, like, switch it around. You remember, you just want attention, you don't want my heart, and you go, that's awesome. And not only that, your brain naturally remembers it because it all clicks. And that's kind of that calling card of Charlie Puth and the way that he does that. That's kind of what my favorite aspect of him has been, as I've delved into him, is really studying what he wants to say, which is, it really is honest songwriting.
Oh,
that he
I think I see that every single time, even even in songs like LA Girl or Boy, while seeming like it has such a surface level meaning and just a catchy tune and a catchy phrase, there's so much more to it if you really, when you look at it and really read into it.
He kind of tells me that they're not mutually exclusive. Proper emotional cathartic songwriting, and a pop tune that you can enjoy. They don't have to be the same. You don't have to have I don't know, you don't have to have either the Chainsmokers or Neutral Milk Hotel. You can have
both.
You can have strong emotions and good music all at the same time. Or not good music, naturally, instantly pleasing music, I guess you could say. Easy payoff kind of thing.
And I think a lot of artists, and we've discussed this so many other times in our podcasts and in our just recordings, a lot of artists are they're not afraid to do that. They're just, I think, worried that it won't catch on.
True.
I think bands like one of your favorites, again, the 1975, they love doing that. Charlie Puth loves doing that. I think an artist who likes to delve into that, who I enjoy a lot, and I never can get his name right, is Lauv, where it's Lauv. And he's so good. Very similar voice to Charlie Puth, very similar styles to Charlie Puth.
Yeah, please check them out. He's awesome.
Check him out, please. But the little notes that he leaves in music and little ideas that he can plant in your head via the songs. Just a quick note about him, Paris in the Rain. Talking about his favorite movie of his life, and then he wrote a song about it. But then he added in the middle of it, I think he said that he transposed his keyboard to just play G major. All the keys were just G major, just going up and down in octaves, and he just moved his finger up and down the keyboard, and that's in there behind all of the vocals, behind all the layering. If you listen carefully, you can just catch it in the song, and it just adds to it. And I say all that because Charlie Puth does the exact same thing. He layers everything. He doesn't make it complex for complexity's sake. He makes it complex because
the emotions are complex.
Exactly. Emotional aspects of his life and of music are always going to be complex.
I love that. And so the way that I wanted to explain that best, or the way I thought I would display it through his music, is through one of my favorite songs by him right now. So this is Charlie Puth's LA Girls off of his record Voice Notes. Please enjoy.
Told you I'm moving on to bigger and better things. Guess you never know how good you got it till it's gone. Thought I could find somebody new who could take your place. The list goes on and on and on. There was Nick and Nicole, Tiffany and Heather, but there's only room for you in my world. But you say these LA girls. I miss my baby. I miss my LA girls. I miss my baby. Messing with these LA girls. What? I miss the days we took a Greyhound to NYC. Wish I could have seen that it was perfect how it was. Listen, I don't want this to be the way you remember me, 'cause I know I was wrong. There was Nick and Nicole, Tiffany and Heather, but there's only room for you in my world. But you say that I changed like the East Coast weather. How the hell did I get caught up messing with these LA girls? I miss my baby, I miss my LA girl. I miss my baby. Here I go messing with these LA girls. Talk to me like Tiffany and Heather, but there's only room for you in my world. But you say that I changed like the East Coast weather. How the hell did I get caught up messing with these LA girls? I miss my baby, baby. I miss my LA girl. I miss my baby, baby. Messing with these LA girls. I miss my baby, baby. I miss my LA girl. I miss my baby, baby. Messing with these LA girls. I miss my baby, I miss my LA girl. I miss my baby. Oh, these LA girls. I miss my baby, I miss my LA girls. I miss my baby. Messing with these LA girls.
Shoot.
Dude, oh my word.
Well,
Oh my word.
I have a quick thought on that tune.
Because
and
it's a great tune.
Just what I really wanted to mention the most about it, and I know you said you got some 90s boy band hip-hop vibes.
It's some real Justin Timberlake NSYNC vibes right there.
That's what we're feeling. Something that I really enjoyed about it, and I'm sure you heard it as well, was the dynamics. So he kept he kept everything energy-wise steadily growing until he got to his last chorus, where he full belted, had full kit, synths out, everything, and he really spilled the guts of the whole tune.
Say a whole
right
9
in
yards just in that moment.
It was really powerful, and that there are plenty of bands who do that properly, and I think he's just a great artist who can do that as well. Along with the concept that this song kind of feels like he's dealt with some problems with everyone that he's around in his new lifestyle that he's adjusting to, and the way that he deals with it is by writing tunes that he really enjoys. And I think that's kind of the big secret, the big key to being both things at once in terms of proper songwriting and catchy music. You don't have to sell your soul to, write songs that people enjoy. You can still say what you want.
John Bellion is the perfect example of that.
Yeah.
My word. That man, in his music, literally talks about the fact that he will not be involved and get himself involved with that LA lifestyle. He talked in one of his songs, I think it's New York Soul.
Yeah.
And he talks about the fact that he can't be involved with that. He's not, his life isn't meant for that. He's this super famous artist. His music is hitting it bigger than he's ever had before with his new song, or with his new album, Glorious Sound Prep. And he's just sitting back and be like, no, this isn't about me. He's like, yeah, cool, I'm releasing new music. This isn't about me. And like, I'm not here for all this fake lifestyle. He's like, I'm here to live truly and live to the fullest.
He's just honest.
He is. And I don't know. That's for another topic, another day.
It's pretty awesome, though. I won't lie.
But yeah, no, that's Charlie Puth. That, in a
That is
nutshell,
Charlie Puth.
right there. It's been, again, we've listened again, and we've shortened down our episodes once again. That's Charlie Puth right there.
Man, and I know there are tons of people who already listen to him. If you don't, it might be worth giving him a couple songs to listen through. We would highly recommend it.
Oh, man.
Check out the Barista's Pick, for starters.
Seriously,
And get that drink.
do that. Get that drink. Listen to Boy. If you listen on Spotify, I'm going to go ahead and suggest this. I was really struggling with whether or not I was going to pick this song, but now I'm just going to mention it to y'all.
Please.
Go listen to the Spotify session of I Don't Know.
Yep.
Just, oh my word. Oh my word. Because that song is not normal to his music. It's very piano based. It's literally just his voice and a piano, basically, and it's just beautiful. I am a big, again, hit me with a piano, I'll just love it. I'll fall in love immediately. So that's another song I would highly suggest from Charlie Puth.
Those are all some great starters, really, and it's just kind of to get a flavor of what we're talking about, and I know that we're kind of preaching to the choir here, because this is just this is what everyone can recognize out of artists that they really like. This is something that we're just sort of unearthing here at Melodies and Macchiatos. We don't really want to create anything new. We're just discovering these truths, and we're hoping that you'll enjoy coming along with us.
Exactly.
So this has been our exploration of Charlie Puth, and
I
That
just,
hook-based god.
yeah, my gosh, that hook-based god, seriously. Do you know what though? I cannot lie about next week.
Ooh.
I am very, very overjoyed with next week's selection.
I want Ethan to take lead on this next week because this is going to be strong.
Oh man, I am. Just the soul of next week alone just gets me so inspired and so hyped and so just ready to talk about it so much. This man of mystery is just a soul-filled artist. Drew, I don't know. Are you ready for next week?
I'll have to give both of his albums like a full listen through again, just so I really know what's happening here.
Oh, for sure. I mean, never have I listened to an artist who connects so much of his family life to his music.
Yeah.
And this man of mystery is going to be none other than Leon Bridges.
The Leon Bridges.
Oh,
Ooh.
man. Leon, take me to your river, please.
I wanna go.
Please.
That's a really good tune.
I want to go.
Let's talk about that tune too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Don't you worry. We got a lot of choices for Leon Bridges. And,
I can't wait.
Oh, man. I'm super excited. But once again, y'all, this has been Charlie Puth. This is just who he is as an artist.
Hit us up with that question of the day. Let us know what you think about earworms and who gets stuck in your head too.
We'll probably post something over on Instagram as well, just a question, anything like that. Go ahead and go over there and follow us. It's Melodies and Macchiatos with an N, not an and sign.
Important.
But yeah, this has been Ethan.
This has been Drew.
This has been Melodies Macchiatos, and we're signing off.
Signing off.